rage like real. I ain't taking L's in Madden all year.
Yo. What's good, YouTube? It's Rage Rail. So today's video I want to show you guys is bunch open offset mini scheme in Madden 23. So if you enjoy this video, go and drop a like on the video right now. Go ahead and sub and turn those post notifications on. So as you guys know, couple announcements like I've been doing for the last couple videos. If you are on PS4 current gen and you're interested in playing CFL, please make sure you visit my website. Link is in the description. It's allthingsmadden.com, and you want to go to the All Things Madden tab, and then you want to go down to the CFL, and you want to go to the free CFL and go ahead and sign up. Now you don't need a card or anything. It's free. So once you sign up, you just have to have an account with the website, and then you'll go through the checkout process, and you'll get a Discord link in your account. So you want to check that, click the Discord link, and then you'll be able to join in. So we need about 23, 22 more spots, something like that. So make sure you guys join. I really can't wait to get started, but I need you guys to join so I can actually start doing CFL gameplay. Now, last thing I want to talk about is eBooks. So if you're interested in an ebook, make sure you go on the website as well. Link is in the description. I also do personal ebooks. So if you want a personal formation for me to do, request it on there, and then I will get that straight to you. So without further ado, man, let's go on and get this video started. So we are in the spread playbook. Again, I'm in the spread offensive playbook. Now in MUT, I think it's called something else. It may be called spread still, but let me know in the comments, or let other people know in the comments if it's still spread in MUT. So anyways, bunch open offset is an extremely good formation. Really balanced formation, honestly. So the reason I got the Cowboys is because I actually like to have an outside apprentice on the outside spot, or a slot apprentice right here, because he technically does get slot apprentice abilities, but I like outside apprentice, and you'll see why here in a second. And also I do have gameplay that I want to go over, so make sure you do stick around for that. And it's going to be about 2 drives worth before my opponent quit out, but you guys are just going to be able to see how it looks in game. So what I want to do is kind of show you why I like this formation. So the RPO read bubble is a really good run play, and they also have this 0-1 trap. It's called a trap alert screen, extremely good. So what I want to talk about in today's video is just kind of go over, I may just go over one setup, and if you want the full ebook, just make sure you do let me know. Depending on how much time, I may show you 1 or 2. I may just show you 2 because they're fairly simple, the ones I want to show you. So what we're going to do is actually go to fake screen wheel, but I want to make sure wide trail is in there. So first and foremost, these run plays, you guys are going to see me run them in game, so I don't want to go over them in practice mode. I just want to go straight to the passing concept. So we're going to go to fake screen wheel. Now, defense, you're going to see a couple things. You're going to see some dollar. You're probably going to run into some 3-3-5 normal, some 3-3-5 wide, nickel over. You're going to run into those type of defenses. So I'm going to just do dollar because I like to base everything out of dollar. Now, I'm just going to sub in some safeties at linebacker because that's what most people will do. And we'll just keep it just like this. This looks good to us with speed all the way around. So what I'm going to do is just kind of go over cover 3, cover 2, man coverage, and cover 4 drop. But I'm mostly going to be focusing on cover 3 and man coverage because realistically, that's what you're going to see the most. Now, when you run this offense, you want to run your three receivers to the wide side of the field. So again, 3 receivers to the wide side of the field. So we'll talk about everything as we go, but for zone coverage, listen, for zone coverage, you want to take square, put them on a streak. Now here I like to take circle, put them on a slant, take triangle, put them on a outright or a swing to the right, whichever one you want. We'll just do swing just for now. Now last thing you want to do is take R1 right here, and you want to put them on an in route. And I love this setup right here. So we're going to take this guy right here, circle, and motion him across. But before we do that, I'm a baseline. And the only reason I'm baseline is so that corner doesn't follow. Now, I'll go ahead and re-baseline so that way they actually are playing it correctly. So here we go right here. Now, kind of watch what happens. So look at circle. And then also what we're going to be able to do is take a look at X. Now, I'll explain to you why X kind of got bumped. And again, this is more so a practice mode thing. So this is kind of what happens in practice, but they have a lot of random things that happen. So he kind of got rerouted there, and that threw off the timing a little bit. But if we just held the ball simply a little bit longer, you can tell this is an easy throw. It's not a hard throw at all to make. You have plenty of room to make a read out there. Now, the reason I like this setup is because for anything that's not cover 2, you're really going to have this seam right here that's open because of the purple is going to get pulled down if they're not zone dropping. And most of the time, they're not going to zone drop versus this formation. And if they do zone drop, they'll be putting zeros because these screen plays on this is extremely good. So anyways, love this. Is my first read. Now this is a great second read right here too. Obviously they're probably not going to have a spy, so what's going to happen is the hook zones are going to have to back up to help kind of cover that, and we're going to have this throw wide open. Now of course we still have our main read up top, so plenty of options there that's available to us. So just want to show you versus cover 2 real quick, because it definitely does get open versus cover 2. Now I'm going to spy these two for cover 2 simply so I can have enough time. So again, that square on the street, circle on the slant, R1 on the in route. We're going to swing our running back, and then we're going to take our slant right here and we're going to motion it across. So again, you're really just looking between circle and then R1. Not R1, yeah, circle R1 and then X. So what happens is the mid read does match on X, but most of the time that receiver is going to be better than that mid read most of the time, unless they have some safety at linebacker who's actually a really good safety, you know. So then at that point they may make a play on it. But regardless, what's going to happen is that this vertical hook every single time is going to carry this route. So notice how he's carrying it. So what happens is that if your opponent's not using this guy right here, we'll be able to throw this low ball right here pretty much every single time. Or you don't even have to low ball. You can pass lead to inside, possession catch it, get you about 6-7 yards. Now again, same thing with this in route. Look at this in route. So again, if they have a spy, obviously you'd want to move the spy out the way. So you can kind of tell how we have either one of these dots right here open, and it's going to be a great play, honestly. So again, actually I do believe, I actually did not lab this. I want to see something, but I believe we could split cover 2 out of the same look. Let's go ahead and baseline to get that guy back there on the vertical hook side. And also, don't forget the RPOs are really good on this. But anyways, this is more so a man setup beater, but I think we can actually beat, I think we could beat cover 2 with this setup too as well. So what you can do to try to beat cover 2 is, we should be able to, no, that's going to be too skinny. So you don't want to leave them out, and then you can actually take circle right here, put them on a baby in route, and you can take R1, put them on an out route and smart route it. And you can take triangle, put them on a swing. Now this in theory should beat cover 2. We should be able to split the seam in cover 2 for a 1-play touchdown. There it goes. We probably could have threw the ball a tad bit earlier. So that was just a bonus setup for you guys, because I did not lab that at all. It just seemed like it should be able to work, and it does. So what's going to happen is that this route right here by X is going to kind of glitch out that mid read. And what's going to happen is he's going to pass this off to nobody. So if I held the ball a little bit longer, I could have just waited. I could have waited through this ball right now and split the safeties. But the safety is going to widen out because of this out route. And that's what allows us that little post right there to be open. So that's actually going to lead us to talk about man coverage, because I wanted to show you versus man what I like to do, because I love this play versus man. But it depends on what they're doing with their safeties, honestly. So a couple things I want to show you is that this square route is actually extremely good versus man coverage. So I'm not going to do anything. I just want you to see this square route. Notice how he's going to just stick his foot in the ground. And when you run this, you actually want to run this to the 3 receivers to the short side or in the middle of the field, just to have more room for that out route, for that corner route, excuse me. So just keep that in mind. If you want to run this play and run it heavy man, and you want to use this setup, just run it. I'll talk about my favorite man coverage setup in a second, but I just want to show you square, because it is a great route, and he is really bagging that. So anyways, it's actually really good versus man, but they're absolutely bagging it. But just to kind of get forward with the video, the man coverage setup that I really love versus, it depends on what style of man they're playing. So if they're playing a man coverage style with 2 high safeties and they're lurking underneath with a user, then what I do like to do is actually just simply take square right here. I'll leave square, circle on a slant, and then I'll take R1, put him on a drag, and I'll swing my running back, and we're going to motion that guy. Now this is if they're playing 2 high safeties, because what's going to happen is that we're going to look between circle and X. Look at circle, we're going to win, and look at X. So notice how he's going to stick his foot in the ground. And what's important is that you realize that the safety's never going to be able to make a play on that. So you might be saying, "Real, why the safety can't make a play?" And it's simply because he has to respect this out route, as he's just getting bagged, honestly. But notice how he has to drift outwards for that out route, and what happens is that it creates this gap right here. So you're just making the user choose between this slant and this little crosser route. So really love that play versus that kind of shell of man. Now if they play any other shell, so like this, like this, you know, if they play any other shell of man coverage where they do not have somebody deep, or you don't believe they have somebody deep, what I love to do is motion that guy out, put him on a post, Now, it's up to you. You can either leave them out here or you can bring them back. Sometimes I like to do either or. Now, if I bring them back, I'm going to utilize a double motion. So what I'm going to do is actually take R1, put them on the drag, circle on a slant, swing my running back to the right, and we're going to take this slant motion across. Now, this is good because we're going to read between circle, X, and we're going to read square late. And since he's on a post, look at that post, you know, so you're going to be able to he's going to kind of be able to get some separation out right there. I probably could have threw it way earlier, but Stokes has a speed advantage, so you want to make sure that whoever you put that post on is a better player. Now, if he's not the faster player, you really want to have that post be ran from the outside. It actually helps it get open a little bit better. But regardless, if they're playing double purples, the good thing I like about this setup is that notice where this purple is and then notice where that purple is. So they have to zone drop two different purples, you know, a purple and a hard flat, just to actually cover both of these routes, or, you know, vice versa. And if they don't put nobody deep, then like I said, I could have been through this ball. I could have drifted out the pocket through this ball, but I threw it way too late. Just wanted you to see why I didn't get open. And also, if I was running this, I'd have my best route runner right here because we need this guy to win in man coverage. We need him to win. And then this will just be whoever you want right there. So those are the plays that I wanted to go over. I appreciate you guys that are still here. So what we're actually about to do now, actually, I want to give you one more setup. I'll give you one more. You know what? No. We'll just, this video's already too long, but if you want more, definitely consider requesting this formation for an ebook, and I would happily get that to you. So anyways, what we're about to do now is actually go straight to gameplay. Alright, so right here you can kind of tell how we're going to do our personnel. Now, I did forget to mention this in practice mode, but you actually want to put Turnip out there. He is 95 speed, and normally it really just depends on what plays you want to run, depending on where you want to put him. But actually, I really like this offense, honestly. The only thing that can give you a tiny bit of trouble is if they want to send an all-out blitz where they blitz 7 people. But there's a couple things that we could do to counter that, and I'll talk about them in today's, or in the gameplay, excuse me. I'll talk about it because there are situations. I actually accidentally showed you what you can do. You know, I guess I'm trying to make it a big surprise, but well, first and foremost, I want to talk about this. So what I recommend you to do when you do your personnel, always look if they have a star player on their defensive line. Now, this does not include Mutt, because apparently everybody gets stars, and Mutt, everybody has abilities, apparently. I don't know why it's that way, but apparently it is. But anyways, if you are on regs like I am, or you're in CFL or something, you want to identify who has a star on them. And what you want to do is make your substitution and put your best offensive lineman that's directly in front of them, and you want to put the second best offensive lineman to either the left or right of him, because what they're going to do is sometimes be able to double team him. And look at how much time that creates for me, because what most people do, what I think he was trying to do is be a Chris Jones. I don't know how else to explain it. Chris Jones and Vita Vea, they pretty much do the same thing. What they'll do is try to just bull rush, get a bull rush animation where they instantly throw off your offensive lineman. So actually, I'm actually extremely glad I picked the Cowboys, because they have a pretty good offensive line. So it means that he won't be able to cheese like that. And I'm thankful that the game does do that, you know, because it used to be a problem. I think that was Madden 21 where people first started doing that, where I seen. So notice, like I said, he's trying to just get a bull rush animation as right there. That threads the needle, but he's trying to get a bull rush animation. I think I played a lot of people who do that, you know. So the best thing to do against them is really just hit your quick read. So that's why you see me throwing quick. Now right there, that last play was a flood concept. The play is actually called flood, and it's an extremely good play. Now right here, like I said, it's already 3 plays in a row. I don't know what he was doing, why he didn't bull rush with his defensive lineman, but we'll take the check down. And when you run this offense, you really want to utilize these runs. You guys are going to see me pass the ball a lot. For one, I love to pass the ball. And for two, I just don't have the patience for it. But these run plays are really good. So like I said, you can tell right there, that's just a typical 0-1 trap, nothing special. But the fact that 0-1 trap is in this formation is extremely crazy, because what happens is the 0-1 trap is actually a really good run versus the blitz. It's really good versus the blitz, and I think 4 down lineman fronts is what they're really good against. I think they're the only thing that makes what am I trying to say? The only thing that makes trap not good is if they have a 3 down lineman front. So like your dollar, your nickel 3-3-5 normal, those type of defenses, they aren't really as effective. So, but the good thing is that they play those defenses, we have really good passing concepts. So right here, I know it's man coverage. I know for a fact. So I'm thinking, okay, I want to put CD on a zig route because zigs are great for man coverage, backside slant if I want it. Now, I should have just took my slant, but I trusted CD, and I just got the worst animation of my life. Like, literally the worst animation, because they didn't even, I clicked on him, but he just kind of kept running and dumbed out, which is crazy because just today, they had an update for the game, and you would think that with the update that stuff like that wouldn't happen. Because they say they fix stuff, but man, it's like, what do they really fix, you know? But yeah, so you guys might be saying, what update? So keep in mind, I record these videos in advance. So for example, today is the 8th when I'm recording this right now, and this video is probably not going to drop until like the 12th, maybe. I think it's something like that, the 12th or 13th. I think it's going to drop. I think it's going to drop Monday, which is probably the date you guys are watching it if you are keeping up with my channel. But also, I really love this play right here. So kind of watch what happens. So it's actually a read option. It's a read option basically, but you have the option to throw it as well. So it's pretty much like a triple option in a sense, and it's actually extremely good. So it's that RPO read bubble that I was telling you, really fire. And the reason I wanted to show you some man coverage in practice mode is because my opponent didn't run much of man coverage, so I didn't really get the best kind of example to show you for man coverage. So I wanted to make sure I did talk about it in practice mode. So any type of zone coverage, like I was telling you guys, I love this setup. And now, let's say somebody's blitzing you, right? Let's say you were getting blitzed and you needed to block an extra person. So what I like to do is motion over my tight end and then snap the ball. Now, I didn't do this on purpose, okay? I was just kind of telling you. Like what I like to do. But if somebody's heavy blitzing you and you're just having that much problems, I normally like to motion over my tight end to help them block. That's if somebody's just wanting to all out blitz you. But again, I'm a firm believer in that if somebody wants to rush 7 at you, basically you're pretty much saying that you're going to have a man open every single time, because we're having 4 people out on routes, if that makes sense, if we block our running back. Because we'll be blocking 6 people, they send 7. They have a man free, but at the same time, we have a person that's going to get free as well. So love to play cat and mouse like that, but unfortunately my opponent didn't let me do much of cat and mouse this game. So anyways, I was trying to test out the little out route, but got a terrible animation, and that's already the second one. Maybe it's CD. I don't know at this point. I'm trying to figure out who it is. Now, if you do not want to use outside apprentice, let's say you want to play with somebody like the Chiefs. So I like to put my number 1 receiver where CD Lamb is, and if they're running heavy man coverage, I actually really like this play versus man. All you need to do is motion that guy out. Now, there's other things you can do, other setups, but versus man, square is normally going to win if that's your best player. Now, if they have their best DB on your best player, it's up to EA at that point. You know, it's not just an automatic man beater, but it's a really good man beating post route. It's just, you know, it can get bad if you have a bad matchup, if that makes sense. So just use that play with caution. Now, right here, you can kind of tell we had the lane and we just fall short of the 1 yard line, and we're gonna hurry it up, run it again. And this play also, like I said, this playbook also has inside zone, man. So you really have just so many different run plays at your disposal, man. But that's gonna wrap it up though, because he's gonna quit out, and that's wrap it up though. But I do hope you have a blessed day. I'm Rage Real, and I'm out.